Hello everyone and welcome back to Learnosity's series of on-demand webinars. Thanks for joining us for our second long-term support webinar of 2022. For any viewers unfamiliar with our long-term support releases, they are strong, complete and stable versions of our APIs. And 3 times a year we release these production-ready versions of our APIs, which are then supported for 2 years. My name is Michael Sharman and I'm SVP of Product at Learnosity, and I'm based in our Sydney office. In today's webinar, we'll be looking at all of the enhancements and new capabilities from our latest long-term support release, 2022.2.LTS. This release is all about helping you level up your assessment inclusivity. Now, as we know, learning platforms require continuous innovation to meet ever-evolving accessibility requirements. And that's why 130 of the world's leading learning platforms choose to be powered by the Learnosity assessment engine. They know we'll always continue to extend our accessibility support, which allows them to reach even more learners. Let's just briefly run through what features we released on the 30th of June across accessibility and assessment. So for accessibility, we've got calculator enhancements, improved operability of the line reader, improved perceivability for charts, more understandable assessment experiences, and a batch of enhancements related to accessibility for authors. And in assessment, we've made a popular feature simpler to access for end users. This will help learners eliminate distractions to sharpen their focus while they're attempting questions. So firstly, let's give you a closer look at our accessibility release. Screen reader and keyboard only controls are high priority features. So we've added keyboard only calculator positioning, a line skipping enhancement, both for screen readers, and also a larger touch friendly close button and move or drag button. Our line reader feature is now capable of keyboard only positioning and resizing as well. We've also added a drag button for pointer devices and made drag and drop operations more intuitive. Let's have a quick look at both of those. On screen here, I have a question and a calculator button that the learner might have to help them answer the question. As I move into this, you can see I can move across between the drag icon and the close icon, and as I activate that drag icon, I can move the calculator around. Now this is useful if you need to move it out of the way, if it was covering a question or a bit of stimulus material. Similarly, for the line reader tool, I can activate that using a keyboard, and I have 4 controls here, these 4 icons. First one is the drag or the move icon. Then I can close, resize the text window, or I can resize the entire line reader itself. As an example, I can activate drag and I can move it around the screen quite quickly, which is very, very handy. But as you might see, as I get up to the first line here, it doesn't fit over the window quite so nicely. So I have a couple of options. I can either resize the text window if I wanted to, or I can go back to the move icon and use the shift key and have more precise, sort of pixel perfect approach. I can also, as I said, I can resize it just to make sure that it's perfect for the column, and then I can go back and move it up and down, or more precise, as I said. We've also updated our chart question types to improve the content readability when different color schemes are set. Now these schemes can offer comfort to those who need a high contrast or prefer dark modes or have other sorts of vision impairment. Let me quickly show you that. As you can see here, we have a chart question type and all the labels, the x-axis, y-axis, the bar labels, all those sorts of things are all perfectly readable across the different color options that we have here for a learner to use. Pretty simple to demonstrate this one. Some of the other accessibility enhancements we did to this LTS were the math keypad. Much like the calculator, we made more descriptive voice announcements for buttons, and the audio player. We also improved the navigation. We're using a screen reader for the volume control. Content creators are also benefiting from some accessibility updates we've done. Part of those have been adding keyboard support for possible responses as seen on the screen on the right hand side, tooltips for non-text icons, as well as ARIA labels for text buttons and for the question tiles. Next up, let's take a look at our assessment features. Yet more focus on accessibility here. The answer masking or answer eliminator tool allows learners to hide responses they know to be incorrect. This is within the Items API interface, our assessment player, and the change here is making this feature available by default for all of our 3 region-based presets out of the box, which is main, horizontal, and horizontal fix. What we want to do here is make these accommodations tools available to everybody. You can of course turn these off if you wish via the configuration options. And let's have a quick look at that. What I'm looking at here is the horizontal layout out of the box at one of our default presets, and as you can see, I haven't done anything in the configuration, but response masking automatically appears. And that concludes our general overview for our second long-term support release this year. Heavily focused on accessibility this time round, as we will continue to do so in future releases. Don't forget, it's worth calling out that each release is the result of 4 months of very, very hard work across all the teams involved, development, design, product, in our efforts to help our customers eliminate development constraints, scale without limits, and never go legacy. We're already working on our next long-term support for October. That will be 2022.3.LTS. Stay tuned for even more features until then. As always, if you have any questions about anything we've covered today, we're happy to answer them for you. If you're a customer, you can log a ticket at help.learnosity.com. And if you're not a customer, please email marketing@learnosity.com. We'll respond to all your questions as soon as possible. Thanks for watching, and we're looking forward to hearing from you.